Yeah, my name is Enrique Cardiel. I am the Executive Director of the Health Equity Council here in Albuquerque, Bernalillo County. I'm a member of La Raza Unida, also a member of South San Pedro Neighborhood Association and the International District Healthy Communities Coalition. To be honest, the community was much more violent when we moved here in the 90s than it is now. What's changed is after the economic recession in 2008, more people have been displaced, more people are homeless. Some of the folks who lived in apartments lived here 20, 30 years, and then in 2008 they were gone. And I think that's made a huge difference. As a homeowner in a neighborhood that's 75% renters, I have some privilege, right, in being able to have different access to land, different resources. So I think my family and I had the conversation and we decided, we want to plant food in the front yard, and people can take that, people can pick that up. People were complaining about syringes, in parks and other places. I was at International District Healthy Communities Coalition at that time, and we decided, well, what if we learned how to pick it up safely and we can take that on? It's our neighborhood, right? So we can be in charge. Dealing with the folks who are using syringes, it's really about the environmental health of the community, right? We don't want people to be stuck by accident, don't want people's pets, we don't want people's children, or even the folks who are using to be stuck by accident. So, we started picking up syringes for that reason. And it's really not about dealing with the issue of why there's syringes out, but really picking that up because we know that's an important public health issue, important environmental health issue. And so we think that's really important that the community take charge of those things. The same with the lighting, right? There's a lot of people that were concerned that the neighborhood was too dark. So we started putting up the solar power lights on poles. And now, the lighting project started 4 years ago, but we started talking about lights, probably in the 90s. But for me, it's been like 12 years of really bringing it up a lot and being irritating to people. But now the city's putting up solar lights. If you go on the next block over, you'll see a handful of solar lights that are on Kentucky, right behind this block. On this block, you'll see a couple of red cones, and that's where the lights will be at some point. So I think that's just the start of what we can do. And the same with food security. We can wait, or we can start to grow our own food. So part of that's being renewable and trying to figure out how do we not contribute to some of these problems. The same even for people who don't want to grow food. If we can encourage them to grow plant life in their whatever space they have, whether it's a front yard or a 5-gallon bucket, that contributes to cleaner air, cleaner water. So I think really all of those things, I'm hoping, plus a lot of other things, will build on the strength that we have, which is the people. And so I get a lot of credit for doing lighting and syringe pickups, community safety walks, promoting front yard gardens, but really nothing that people give me credit for would happen if it wasn't the community participating, right? I think because I have some privilege, and I've been able to end up in jobs where I can do those things, that I'm very visible, and so I sometimes get to be like the face of those kind of things, but really it's the whole community. People from outside the International District don't like a bus stop, and they'll complain to the news, and then the bus stop's gone. We've been asking for lighting in the neighborhood for like 12, 13 years, and it's barely starting now. And so I think, it's clear that we will get things last because we're the International District. Zuni was on the list for road improvements for the state for like 20 years, and it kept getting put off. And what we've had so far has been restriping, but there's still a lot of improvements that should be happening there. And obviously that happens because it's the International District and not, a neighborhood with more resources.